Subscribers, are you ready? No, I said, are you ready? Because we are back with a brand new network. NXT is on the CW, but we have the same old big-nosed Triple H having to steal the spotlight. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, a new era of NXT, and it must be a new era because they even got a silver logo. Yes, we've got a new logo on NXT. We've got new titles on NXT, so they're really pushing it, man. It's really a new era. But I tell you what, this is actually a decent show tonight. The only thing that I really disliked was Triple H coming out once again with his big nose to steal the spotlight. So, I mean, we kick off the show with Shawn Michaels. Michaels comes out, and I thought, this isn't like Michaels. I think, characteristically, this is like unlike Shawn Michaels, maybe in the past, but we've seen that he's mellowed out now, I believe, with old age. So it's not often Michaels comes out to steal the spotlight. It's not often he actually makes appearances in an NXT ring. Yeah, he's made the odd one, but it's not like he does what Triple H does. He doesn't come out all the time. So he came out, and I thought, well, this is a little bit surprising. Wasn't expecting this. He says that it's a new NXT on a new network, and you can't have that without new titles. So he shows the new titles. He says, tonight our men and women will make history. So, Chicago, I just got one question. And then Triple H appears out of nowhere. Triple H says, are you ready? No, Chicago. We said, are you ready? And it's just so fucking lame, man. I bet you Michaels didn't even want to come out here. But Triple H, of course, has to be centre of attention, no matter what it is. Whether it's a Raw, SmackDown, Premium Live event, it doesn't matter. WrestleMania, NXT, Stand and Deliver. This guy has to come out and do something. He has to announce an attendance or fucking just welcome people to the show. Honestly, I don't get it, man. So DX are back together. 60-year-old DX are there. And they actually showed a funny segment backstage with CM Punk, and he was wearing Shawn Michaels' referee attire from back in the day. And I don't know what he had stuffed in his shorts but it must have been like about 10 million socks because it looked like he was packing. But they only showed this on Instagram. I mean, why not actually show this instead of Shawn Michaels and Triple H doing their lame, cameo in the ring or whatever? Why didn't they actually show that funny segment that they did on Instagram? I don't get it. But that was it. They said, are you ready? Then Giulia comes out, and that's Triple H and Shawn Michaels done. Giulia comes out, followed by Roxanne Perez. We're kicking off with the WWE Women's Championship match, and you know what? This was a pretty good match. I thought it was decent. Both women doing some good wrestling. I mean, there was a couple of kicks I don't really think looked great, but I mean, come on, I don't expect every match to be perfect. This isn't Kurt Angle. This isn't Chris Benoit. I'm not expecting perfection. I mean, what we did get, though, I thought was a pretty good match. Lots of counters, lots of chain wrestling, technical wrestling. I would have preferred a bit more selling, to be honest, but we just have to accept that in 2024, selling's dead. No one really does it anymore, so it is what it is. But no, the match was good. It's Giulia's second match, I believe, since coming to WWE, and it was a pretty good match. Roxanne Perez, I think, always delivers in the ring. I think she always has good matches on the Premium Live events, and she had a good one tonight. Hits the pop rocks. Giulia manages to roll to the outside. Giulia hits a big suplex on the outside, and then we get a masked figure coming back, and we don't know who it is, but they hit like a double arm DDT on Giulia. They throw Giulia back in the ring. Roxanne Perez gets the win. The masked figure then takes off their hood, and it turns out to be Cora Jade with her new purple hair. She's back. Cora Jade returns. She's on NXT. It is what it is. I've always liked Cora Jade, although I think they pulled the trigger on her. I actually enjoyed her as a face, so yeah, to me, I think this whole skater thing was better, the whole skater girl shit. And I also think that she just looked better back then. I mean, look, she can do whatever she wants. She's a grown woman, but you can tell that obviously she's had a boob job since then, and she's had surgery and lots of lip fillers, and she wears more makeup than she did back then. I mean, if you just look at Cora Jade from 3 years ago, and then you look at Cora Jade now, she looked way more attractive 3 years ago, in my opinion, but whatever. This isn't a beauty contest, So, Cora Jade's back. We'll see what she can do. She's got a horrible, injury, record, so hopefully she can stay fit and not get hurt again. But as for Giulia, and Roxanne Perez, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good match. And in fact, never mind the CW network, I'm happy for the Fog Wrestling Network to host the rematch next week. Brand Panties, GIULIA and Roxanne Perez for the title again. Run it back. That's what I think on Fog Wrestling. I'll take it. I'll watch it. 100% I'll watch that shit. So, aye, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. We get footage backstage. CM Punk, Trick Williams, Ethan Page are all arriving to the Allstate Arena tonight. So, yeah, we're going to get them. Axiom and Nathan Fraser are seen backstage playing a video game. Axiom distracts Fraser, and Fraser loses to A-Town Down, and then Fraser has a bit of a hissy fit that he lost in the virtual game. So, is what it is. We then see CM Punk talking with Ava. I thought Ava looked pretty tonight as well. Maybe all the women have to try and look their best for the CW debut, I guess. Who knows? Lexus King walks in, and basically Punk talks to Lexus and says, you have to start doing things the right way or continue to battle the ghost of your father. So they brought up Brian Pillman Jr. Yeah, it didn't really do anything for me, but I mean, whatever. Jada Parker and Lola Face then had an argument backstage. Kalani Jordan tried to resolve it before their match, so it is what it is. I mean, just two big women with, well, not big, not as in fat, like, but two women with great asses. So, I mean, again, what's not to like? What is not to like? Second match, Wes Lee, Sakura Wentz street fight. Pretty decent. Unfortunately, it's your tame, lame, safe WWE kind of street fight. It's you've got your trash cans, your Singapore canes. But, I mean, it was decent. You had Sakura Wentz do like a senton off the top rope onto Wes Lee, who was stuck in the trash can. We then had Wes Lee win with the double knees off the middle rope with like the chain link wrapped around his knees. I mean, it was a good match. It was alright. It was solid. I thought it was a decent street fight. It's probably as good as you could expect. So, aye, I mean, decent. I think that's going to be the end of the feud now, but we'll see what happens. Wes Lee, can he go on and maybe get into the NXT World title picture? We're going to have to wait and see. Cora Jade's backstage then reminds everybody that she is the real saviour of the NXT Women's Division, and she enjoys Roxanne Perez's new attitude. Perez is like, why did you do that? But then Perez says, who knows, maybe a common enemy can bring us back together. We then got Miz TV with Obimi and Tony D'Angelo. It didn't really do it for me. I don't see the point of Miz TV here. I mean, Miz offered nothing. He basically set up one question, and then that was it. It was just the Miz to go, hello, congratulations, we're here, CW. And then it was basically just Tony and Obimi talking to each other. There was no need for the Miz to be there. I guess the Miz was just there to try and add a little bit of star power. Obafemi says Tony can't beat him. Tony says that Obafemi's just a man. He's just a man, and Tony thinks he's going to win next week. So we'll see. We'll see. But Obafemi thinks that Tony's broken. So it is what it is. We'll find out next week who's broken. Third match, Fatal Influence. It was them with Jasmine Nxt taking on Jada Parker and Lola Face. We had Kalani Jordan on commentary. Look, I appreciate Jada Parker. I appreciate Lola Face. Two hot, attractive women with big, juicy asses. I mean, I get that. But there was some guy in the crowd, and he was, when they were coming out, he was pretending to faint. And then he was bowing down as if Ric Flair was walking to the ring. And then as soon as the women walked past him, you could see him fucking leaning over the barricade to stare at their ass. And I mean, look, yeah, these women are hot, and having eye candy on the screen is better than not having eye candy. But I mean, this guy was acting like he'd never seen a hot chick before. He was in the front row to the left hand side when they're coming down the entrance ramp. And I mean, he was beside a little kid as well, and he's acting like a fucking loser that has seen a chick for the first time. It was look, I get it, they're hot women, but fuck me, this guy was having a stroke almost. It's what you doing? Fucking man up, mate. I mean, there's websites out there. If you're really that horny, there's websites out there. You don't need to just stare at the ass of these women. It's a bit weird. Anyway, I can't remember who won. Right, Fatal Influence won. Jada Parker walked out on Lola Face after she accidentally hit her. Then they went to beat up Kalani Jordan, 3-on-1. Kalani Jordan says she brought backup. And we got Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Boring. This was a low point of the show for sure. Like, honestly, so why does Bianca Belair have to come out everywhere and spin her ponytail? I mean, what does that offer? What does that add to the show? Does that bring you excitement? Do you get buzzing? I mean, does it make the show better in quality to see her? Like, honestly, she acts like a retard who just cannot come down. She cannot be seen without. Why can't she just stand there? Why can't she make the save? Why can't she just raise Kalani Jordan's hand? Why does she have to swing her fucking ponytail around 24/7? You know, it's dumb. It's absolutely dumb. Like, The Rock did his eyebrow when it made sense, when it was for a taunt. He didn't just, like, fucking lift his eyebrow up 10 million times a show. And I know that's maybe not the greatest comparison to a ponytail, but still, I mean, you get my point. She does the ponytail thing like a taunt, but it's like she's stuck doing the taunt. It's like the game. It's like she's playing a wrestling game, but her taunt button's broken. So she just constantly taunts 24/7. And it's crap, man. It really is. Honestly, this was bad. This was the low point. And apparently next week on NXT, we're getting Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Kalani Jordan taking on Fatal Influence. So you can definitely see they're bringing the people for the main roster, and we're also getting Randy Orton on next week's show. So it is what it is. Right, Ethan Page, Trick Williams, WWE Championship match, CM Punk, the special guest referee. Decent match. Obviously, you've got Punk there. He's adding that extra element, calling it down the middle. Ethan Page and Punk don't look like they're getting along. Ethan Page hits the go to sleep on Trick. Only gets a 2 count. CM Punk sticks 2 fingers in Page's face to let him know it was a 2. Page then tries to get Trick Williams up. Trick Williams hits his finisher, which is, I can't even remember what it's called to be fair, the trick shot, and that's enough to get him the win. So Trick Williams just kind of wins out of nowhere with the trick shot. 1, 2, 3. Match was okay. Wasn't great. It was okay. Honestly, I thought ROXANNE GIULIA was a better match, but then again, they have to give this the main event because you got a new champion face and stuff like that. Oh, Trick Williams is the face. He's won the belt, so he has to end the show. Plus, you had CM Punk in the match, so I guess he kind of has to be in the main event or whatnot. After that, we have Trick Williams celebrating with the belt, the new belt. We've got confetti coming down, silver confetti to match the new silver logo. Page then starts pushing Punk. Punk lifts him up on his shoulders, hits the GTS, and the show ends with Ethan Page laid out and Trick Williams celebrating in the corner with his championship. So that was NXT, guys, on the CW network. I thought it was a decent show. I'm not going to sit here and lie. The opening match was good. Street fight was decent. The main event was okay. The women's match I didn't really care for, but it is what it is. You know, we got to see Cora Jade return. I mean, Miz TV was alright, wasn't horrible. Yeah, you know, we got to see some stuff. We got Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, even though I wish we didn't. We got CM Punk in a segment. We got DX kicking off the show, even though Triple H was sticking his big nose where it doesn't really belong. It's just a shame that they did the DX stuff with CM Punk. Like, why did they put that on Instagram? That was good. That should have been on the fucking show. Like, with CM Punk wearing the Shawn Michaels shorts and the referee outfit. That should have definitely been on the show instead of Instagram. But I'll get a 5 out of 10, guys. I thought it was a decent show. The matches were pretty decent. Alright, maybe we could have done with a couple better segments or whatever. But, you know, I thought it was fine. It was a decent start to CW. We'll see if they can keep this kind of quality going. But yeah, look, it was a decent show. I can't sit here and say otherwise. Decent, average, decent. Call it what you want. Wasn't bad. So, yeah, hopefully NXT can continue like this and, you know, be half decent every week, and it might be easier to watch for us. So that's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll catch you in the next one. I'm just glad the belt's off Ethan Page because, I mean, he really was boring us to the next level here. So they think they made the right call. Get the belt back on track. And who knows who's going to get pushed into that main event scene now to challenge for the title. Let's just hope it's not like Raw where Gunther doesn't face anybody for months. Hopefully we can get a new challenger in there soon. Anyway, guys, that's it. 5 out of 10. Till next time. Peace.